At the third edition of the art show, you cannot miss this, at Bikaner House in New Delhi, young artists take center stage. This is a unique group exhibition entirely hung and produced by the artists themselves. It offers a fresh perspective on contemporary art that you simply cannot miss.
Now, this one is Ronan De Lewis. He is an artist based out of New York. And yes, he tries to create these very photographic art pieces. And there's a lot of layering being done on these pieces. So initially it starts off as a little bit of paint to create a stencil. And then after that, he starts adding a bit more detail with oil pastels and then with color pencils. This is Abhay Sehgal. His work delves around dreams, psychology again.
How did the idea of curating this, you cannot miss this, and bringing together a bunch of artists come from?
So we started last year in last Feb, in 2023, around the time of the art fair.
Yeah.
A bunch of us artists came together and we were like, okay, we want to do, none of us are attached to galleries. None of us have really loved working with galleries, more on the independent scale. So we were like, we want to show during the art fair. So what can we do? So we came together last year, made a show. We were like, okay, now you've made an art show. How do we build more around it? How do we get a larger audience of people that who may not already be interested in art, but someone might be interested in fashion or music or design. How do we get them to come as well? So we built events around the art show. Then we took the same show to Bombay in November with the same artists, with a few additions and few subtractions. And now we're here. We've made the event much larger. And this is a whole fresh lineup of artists. Yeah, so the idea is basically to push independent art, to push young up-and-coming artists who otherwise don't get as much of an opportunity, but also to kind of build a community around art and the creative field.
And what bigger themes and ideas are we trying to explore through this exhibition?
So we don't really do, I don't know if you saw a curator's note. It's a painting from Welcome. Okay. So we don't really...
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we don't want to put in big ideas. We don't want to put in fancy words. We want to make art freer. We want to make the creative field freer, more relaxed, more chilled out, more fun. So we're actually trying to play with those smaller ideas rather than put in and impose bigger ideas on our audience.
Okay. And your work often explores themes like control, choices, and freedom. So where did these themes emerge from? And yeah.
So obviously with my individual work, I like to explore a lot of philosophical contexts when showing my own work. But it's interesting for me personally because with my own work, I'd go really deep into philosophical contexts and how those translate into immersive experiences and installations, etc. Here, it's like I said, we're trying to play with smaller ideas to make the whole space more accessible.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's a good contrast for me.
So, coming from a political family, how do you navigate the challenges of expressing yourself freely and fully?
So, I think with whether it's a political family or anyone who has a lot of people watching them or watching people around them, I think what happens is that you have to be a little, anyways, you have to be a little, especially if it's like for a long period of time, or like for me, it's been since I was a kid. So I've always known the fact that people look at me, my family, more than others. I think it's a little more difficult to express your ideas freely Especially if some of the ideas might be a little out of the book, a little, away from, like, for example, for most people, they would have a certain image of me, and that image would not have art or photography, etc. So for me, like a real challenge for the first few years of my career, which I'm still in the first few years of my career, is differentiating me and myself and what I do from the ideas, the preconceived ideas that people have of me. But I think all of the work is really, really nice, and it has a nice balance to it. It's fun, it's engaging.
This art exhibition brings together a vibrant mix of works by artists from the UK, the US, and across India, offering a little something for everyone. Breaking away from the exclusivity often associated with art, the show's central concept is accessibility, both in its diversity of styles and its approachable presentation. It's a celebration of creativity made for everyone to enjoy. Thank you.